I'm Steve Gill with our Taste of Tennessee video edition. We're right on Broadway at Valentino's restaurant, where today we're going to be cooking up OssoBuco with saffron risotto. Let's head inside where it's cool and get started in the kitchen. All right, we're in the kitchen here at Valentino's with Chef Massimo Esposito, who's going to take us through OssoBuco saffron risotto today. Oh my gosh, I'm having to cook risotto. Chef Gordon Ramsay's going to yell at me, cuss at me if I screw this up.
I thought the risotto was an insult.
You won't though, right? You're going to be kind and
gentle.
gentle.
Be okay.
Be gentle. We got knives and everything.
We'll be fine.
Anyway, here's the OssoBuco. It is a veal shank.
Veal shank,
we're going to be cooking up. By the way, Massimo is from Naples, Italy. Tell us what we're doing today.
This is a veal shank. That's a traditional recipe from Milan, Italy, actually, OssoBuco Milanese. And we're going to braise the OssoBuco, the veal shank. First, we're going to roast them nice in the pan. Then we're going to use those vegetables that are prepared over there. Then we're going to flame it with red wine, which I use chianti for it. And then it's going to be basically braised in the oven for about 2.5 hours.
And this is on the menu here at Valentino, so
Yes,
people
sir.
can get it tasting right. But we're going to dive into the kitchen today and try to make it ourselves. We'll give you a little sample at the end of the day. The recipes, of course, will be right here on the website at gillreport.com.
Absolutely.
Let's dive in.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to season the meat with salt and pepper.
And this is all just kind of based on what looks about right. Not a formula, not a specific amount.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of a
exactly. So I have my pan started so it gets hot. So you want the pan to be hot so that the meat gets a nice golden brown color. Season the meat on both sides.
Where do you get the veal shanks?
We use our distributor from the local distributor. Gets with all the veal, the fish, and all the produce pretty much. Okay. So we get that. Then the meat is going to be put in flour.
And just the natural juices are enough to get it just wet enough to have the flour stick.
That's exactly right. Yes. Take off some of it a little bit from the flour.
And this is to braise both sides, and then you're going to put it in the oven and finish it up with baking it.
That's correct. We're gonna give a nice golden brown color on both sides. Then we'll finish it with the vegetables and some red wine and some herbs. I got some fresh rosemary that I usually use. And then we'll cover it with a little bit of tomato paste. No, I'll show you as we go how
Get it all there.
we get it all there. And if you need to be, at the end you always put a little bit extra salt and pepper on it. And then once the product is finished, you always want to taste the sauce, make sure that you got enough spices, enough seasoning for, you know.
Now, you're originally from Naples, Italy.
Yes.
Different parts of Italy have different specialties. You mentioned that this one comes from Milan.
It's correct.
What's different in Milan versus Naples?
Well, every region in Italy has a different type of cooking. In Naples, where I come from, we cook more with garlic, fresh tomatoes, fresh herbs, basil, parsley. You know, this type of fresh fish. Especially in Naples, it's right by the water. If you more go up north, it's almost a little bit of it's a great food. It's a little bit heavier. You use more butter-based sauces, and you use more herbs as well. And it's more meat-based as well. The more north you go, the more meat-based is the food. That's what I do. And take it, and I put it inside this pan here. Okay, and go on with the next.
Off a little bit. Let them set a little bit.
Wait a minute, then we flip them over.
It's really just a matter of how much time you go by eye rather than
Exactly. Now this part is basically just a little bit of a golden brown color. Then when you put them in the oven, according to the size of the ossobuco, because
they're very thick.
Yeah, the veal shank can be also thinner than that, like it can be also a lot thicker than this as well. Usually something about this size, usually about 2 hours, 15 minutes after should be good to go. You want the meat to kind of melt off the bone. That's where you want to get it.
You just kind of check that. Now for folks, what's the difference, sous chef and kind of the frontline guy? You mentioned earlier that the person that's behind here is
you got
orchestrating all the tickets.
Right. Well, the sous chef is the guy that works right under the executive chef. The executive chef is the one that overlooks the whole entire kitchen and does the menus, does the banquet menus, and does all the specials and whatnot. The sous chef is the guy that basically works under the chef and also with a lot of knowledge, obviously, about the food and the kitchen and everything else. And he's one that watches the kitchen and the chef is gonna run, pretty much. So.
What kind of training do you look for when you're looking for folks to come into the restaurant? What are you looking for that they've done? Obviously, actually worked in restaurants.
Well, if I want to look for somebody to get a job here in the kitchen, of course I got to make sure that they have enough experience in the kitchen, however, whether it's Italian food or whatnot. If they're experienced in Italian kitchen, Italian food is a plus, obviously, and because learning is really not hard. It's a matter of willing to want to do it. And of course, the knife skills, being able to use up a frying pan, knows how to saute, knows how to cut fish, meats, stuff like that. That's what we're looking for. And learning the actual menu and the recipe, that's like the second part. So.
If they've cooked in another cuisine style, you can teach them to be
absolutely,
intact.
Absolutely. If you have the skills, like I say, knife skills and everything else, or the basics in the kitchen, then it should be not an issue.
And a passion for food.
And a passion, of course. Exactly. So
I
now,
got that, so I can be the sous chef.
yeah, you get in there. Now you can transfer it over to the. There you go. Now in the same pan that you just put the thing, got the vegetables and herbs. What we got here? Rosemary, celery, onions, and carrots. And you wanted to roast them a little bit in the same juice there. But what you want to do, you want to move the pan away from the stove so that you don't burn yourself. Okay.
So we got carrots, onions,
Celery and rosemary.
celery and rosemary.
Okay, then you put it back on the stove and you let it cook a little bit. Seasoning, salt, pepper.
How do you estimate how much you need on a given night? I mean, you've done this for a while, so you know on
Right.
Tuesdays we generally do about this many people and about this many people order OssoBuco.
I usually go buy on, I go buy on Israel much I sell, and this is like a really hot item on the menu. We sell a lot of it, so I always keep it up in the house, and I go buy also the reservation book. See how many people reservations do I have? People take a few walk-ins in there, and very rarely I have a problem that I didn't match my calculations.
Winter versus summer, different menu orders. I mean, in the winter, are you going to sell more OssoBuco than you may do in the summer?
These items actually is a big seller all year round. So there is certain things that like seafood dishes, they're more like in the winter time, I guess. And but the OssoBuco is a big seller in the winter, summer.
And this is one of the few places in Nashville that you can go get great OssoBuco.
As far as I know, yeah. It's at this point, you grab a red wine. I usually use a nice chianti. Okay. And the same concept, before you flame it with the wine, you might want to move the pan away, otherwise the flame is going to come at you.
Not a real chopped up kind of vegetable medley. You've got really thick carrots, really thick pieces of onion, and the carrot celery. You've got to call big thick pieces because it's kind of a good thick dish.
Exactly. This you just use for the flavor. It's not going. Those vegetables are not going to be served actually on the plate. So you got that. Basically, what I do, put it in the meat like that, and then I will contain something more in it. Last thing, we'll do the tomato paste. And spoons. And that's done. Alright. And we'll go in the conventional.
375.
2
2
hours.
hours.
For about 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. According to the thickness of the meat, are you good to go?
Now we'll wait. What we got to do the risotto?
Then we got the risotto.
Let's do the risotto.